Tonight on Stripped Down, Jay Sempko, Josh Palmer,
What are you doing?
Teresa Sokerka.
Me, Robert Palmer.
Are we still on the air? You are watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only one-hour local music showcase, the award-winning show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson. Quick hello to everyone watching across the province on the Shaw and Access Communications networks. Tonight on Stripped Down, get ready to dance. Ladies and gentlemen, Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell. Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell in the Shaw TV studios tonight. You're watching Stripped Down. We're gonna have a fun night here. First time ever on Stripped Down. Music, but no lyrics. I'm excited.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Excellent, excellent.
Great. Now, this all came together about a month and a half ago. We did a regular 5-minute interview for the Daily Arts and Entertainment segment I did.
Yeah.
You were promoting the fact that you're having a CD release party at the Odeon back on February 7th, I believe.
Yeah. Sure
and we had talked about Stripped Down, and I was kind of wondering how that would work. Hardcore fiddle music, no lyrics, never been done. Here we are, episode 44, I believe it is, of Stripped Down. It's a logical progression.
Exactly.
Let's do this tonight.
Yeah.
Stripped Down, Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell. What do I need to know about you guys right off the top? What are we going to hear tonight?
Well, I guess I'm going to try and showcase a lot of stuff off of my new CD.
Makes sense.
Of course, makes sense. But I also want to play some traditional stuff. So play some traditional old-time fiddling that's pretty traditional around Saskatchewan. Play some things that probably you wouldn't expect to hear from a fiddle. Play some old rock stuff and then plays a little bit of kind of Celtic stuff and just kind of go around the styles that I've grown up playing and play a wide variety of stuff. So
we'll talk about how you grew up around the music and everything. But February 7th, the disc dropped at the Odeon a couple months ago. How has it been? How's the feedback, the response to the disc been?
Great, actually really good. Like I said, the disc itself is like a really wide variety of styles, and it's all music that I've written. So I think a lot of the people in the fiddle world were kind of not too sure what to expect. But I've had really good feedback so far. So it's been a good surprise, actually.
The event itself was a success because it wasn't just the CD drop, it was also a fundraiser, which hats off to you, by the way, for that.
And I've been a part of a business group in Saskatoon, Core, and we worked with the Children's Crisis Nursery. And it's just a really good cause that I thought it'd be a good opportunity to raise some money for them too. So we donated a portion of the proceeds to the Children's Crisis Nursery, and we had a really good turnout at the show. There was about 400 people there. Everyone from your 5-year-old kids to your 85-year-old grandmas and grandpas. So.
And one Curtis Anderson.
And one Curtis Anderson.
We'll talk about the Crisis Nursery a little later, too. I don't want to do everything all at once, but tell me about this gentleman here. What's the connection?
Ray Bell. Just met him outside the studio, actually.
Yeah, well, you lucked out. He's one of the few talented people hanging around the studio, I guess.
No, we've been playing together for How long's it been right now?
2 or 3 years now.
2 or 3 years,
probably,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've just kind of first met through the fiddle contest world in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, we did at the PA Fiddle Contest, sure, about
Yeah.
3 years ago, three winters ago.
And I heard him playing there, and it was just kind of like, wow, I'd love to get the chance to play them sometime. And I guess we were just kind of going back and forth between Saskatoon and Regina and getting some of my original chords together and
Working on the arrangements, yeah.
yeah, and recording some demos and whatnot. So
So are you on the album?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am, yeah.
And I'm guessing you played then on the 7th as well?
I did, I was there.
Yeah. How was it? How was it from your end?
It was good fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was fabulous. Yeah, great crowd and good. The rest of the band was great. So it was a wonderful time.
All right, here we go. Episode 44 of Stripped Down.
it's a good number.
No lyrics.
No lyrics.
I'm excited for this. I went to Mother's Music this morning to pick up everything, and even they were like, "And you need some vocal mics, right?" No.
No.
No vocal mics tonight. Let's see how this goes. Let's get to second song. But first of all, what was the first song? I can't really ask you about the lyrical component of writing because that's usually one of my crutches when the conversation starts to go down. I'm like, so how do you write? Do you go to a coffee shop? What do you do? But tell me about the first song.
Well, the first song, it was off of, it's actually number 2 on my disc. It's called Sizzle Girl. And it's a tune I wrote while I was in Hamilton. And just, it was one of those things where I guess I got home late one night from going out and just was inspired for whatever reason.
How vague.
Yeah, it was kind of like a vague 2 o'clock in the morning, like sit down and it's like, hey, this is kind of neat. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Awesome. Did you bring a CD? That's usually where I hold up a CD.
Yes.
Gotta love live television.
No.
That's okay. We'll make it work without. Let's go to song number 2.
Yeah,
Just
and
imagine what the CD looks like.
Exactly.
We'll explain the cover art a little later.
Absolutely.
Song number 2. Let's jump into this.
This one is number 5 off the disc. This is another one that I wrote. This one's called Newfound Melody. And this one, I think this one I actually had a little riff that I wrote probably about like 6 or 7 years ago. Recorded it on a tape and just kind of sat there collecting dust for a long time and then finally listened to the tape again and then wrote a tune around it probably just a couple of years back. So
Really quickly, the CD is actually available on iTunes, right? We're going to keep saying that online. That's why you didn't bring a copy, because you want to push the sales on iTunes. See, there it is.
iTunes.
CD available on iTunes. Okay, next song. Sorry, you guys. Take it away.
Melody.
Karrnnel Sawitsky Ray Bell. That was track 5 off the new disc.
Yeah.
And that again was
Newfound Melody.
nice. I'm so excited. It's weird, trying to see the lyrics. Anyways, okay. John Arcand gave you a great quote on your website.
Yeah, it's I've known John and been playing with him and taking lessons from him and whatnot. So I've known him for a really long time, and I guess he's kind of seen my fiddling go through the progression of steps, playing a lot of the traditional styles, and then to a lot of the music I write, like I said, it's kind of different. So he gave me some really nice words on my website. So.
I like that you don't. Well, you have a MySpace, but then you have an official website as well, because we have MySpace blocked here. So it makes researching the bands and artists a little tough sometimes. So you actually have an official website, though.
Yeah, www.karrnnel.com. And unfortunately, no one knows how to spell my name, so I'll spell that out.
It's on the TV, but is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
The double R, double N. When I was typing that in today, I accidentally had a double L too. It just seemed right.
Double everything, and you're just like,
yeah, but no, that's incorrect. And the website is up and going. But there was one page where I was reading about you, and the text was almost overlapping itself. You may want to look at that. It was funny because I was showing our director Jay that, and he's like, "Oh, that just he's making it look all raw and edgy and barely readable." And I was like, "All right, tonight on Stripped Down, we have the raw and edgy, barely readable text meets raw and edgy, barely watchable show." And then we had a good laugh and went back to work. But okay, what's up next? Do you want to have a commercial break, or do you want to play a third song before the break? Because I want to, after the break, talk about the CD and you growing up in the progression, get to know Ray a little bit more. But again, live television, the show's in your hands.
Let's play another one.
Your songs are a little shorter than usual. Than usually have on the show. So if you want to hammer out another one before we go to commercial break,
absolutely.
Right ahead.
I'm gonna do Nameless Scotsman, Jazzy Blue Step.
Sure.
So we're gonna play another set of two tunes actually off of my disc, and so the first tune of this medley is called the Nameless Scotsman, and this one I wrote. I was listening to a Scottish fiddler by the name of Alistair Fraser. I was listening to a lot of his music at the time, and this tune just kind of came to me while I was listening to one of his tunes. So I called it the Nameless Scotsman because I couldn't think of a name of a tune, and I was listening to a Scotland Fiddlers CD. So, and then the next tune I wrote while I was teaching at a fiddle camp in Knossi Lake, Saskatchewan, and this one is called Jazzy Blue Step.
All right,
so
take it away.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell. Stripped Down. We have to take our first commercial break, but stick around. We have lots more Stripped Down. After the break, we're going to talk about you growing up with the music, the new disc again. We're going to get to know you a little more, and we're going to talk about the fact that you're kind of a male model, I understand. Something the female volunteers here, I'm sure, are not complaining about. We're going to get to know these two a little more after the first break. You're watching Stripped Down. More after this.
Don't touch that dial. More Stripped Down after this.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com.
Escape sports gear and equipment for longboarding, freeline skating, kiteboarding, unicycling, extra cycling, dirt surfing, and mountain boarding. For more information on sales and rentals, www.escapesports.ca.
Do you know where stuff goes once it's flushed down the toilet? It travels down pipes under our streets to a sewage treatment plant. There it is cleaned up through a variety of processes before it is sent back out in our lakes or rivers. The problem occurs when people flush things down the toilet like makeup, cleaning supplies, and some pharmaceuticals that the sewage treatment plant can't clean up. They are dumped untreated into our waterways, which other people depend on for their drinking water. Some cities continue to dump their sewage untreated into our waterways, while others are using innovative thinking to reuse sewage byproducts as fertilizer. What can you do? Be sure to properly dispose of any chemicals or unused medicine at your city's hazardous waste disposal site. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
The leatherback sea turtle is the largest reptile in the world. Up to 2 meters long and weighing as much as 550 kilos, this turtle roams many of the world's oceans in search of its favorite food, jellyfish. But this hulking giant may be fighting a losing battle against poaching, fishing gear, and garbage. To learn more about the leatherback and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
Watching Stripped Down. There's some tuning going on. Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell in the Shaw TV studios tonight. How's it going, you guys?
Excellent.
There's some quick tuning going on during the commercial breaks. Tuning to those poor sea turtles that are just every week going nowhere in the sand, but they're endangered or something. I don't know. I never actually watched the PSAs. Anyways, feeling good. We're gonna play some more music.
Feeling awesome. Really excited. Yeah.
Before the break, what was the last song we heard again? It was a medley.
We heard the Nameless Scotsman and Jazzy Blue Step. I don't even remember what number that is off the disc. I think number 8.
How many tracks on the disc?
There is 13. Lucky 13.
Lucky.
But actually, there's a bonus track, and I shouldn't be telling people this, but there's actually a bonus hidden track after the last one. So you know, like the '90s fad of.
I was gonna say, well, that's throwing it back.
Yeah. So I was just like, man, I haven't seen that ever on a fiddle disc. So I was just like.
How do you pull that? How do you pull that off on iTunes?
Well, the track itself is like 13 minutes. So when you're buying the track.
What's with you in 13?
I don't know.
13 tracks, a 13-minute track with them.
You know what's actually ironic is my parents' address while I was growing up was 1313 Spadina Crescent East.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
You're freaking me out.
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared that it's going to go back to rock lighting. It's not going to be well lit in here. I'm going to go hide behind Jesse. Okay, let's do one more song, then we'll talk about the progression, both of you two, growing up with the music and coming together into the spectacular you see tonight on Stripped Down.
Absolutely.
Next song.
2 jigs again. These ones are off of my album. The first one's called Seatown. I wrote it while I was in Charlottetown in 2007, just kind of hanging out in my hotel room, and wrote a jig. And this next one, another party tune. I was sitting there partying with a bunch of guys, and it was about 6 in the morning, and we wrote a tune.
You're like, you know what this party needs?
Yeah, a fiddle tune.
All right.
So yeah, it's Seatown and Johnny McGilliry's.
Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell, and man, the logo is taking another beating this week. I don't know how much of it the mics are picking up, but you are stomping that thing, which is fine because it's about 5 or 6 episodes away from being retired. We got a new one ready for next season, but everybody from Irish Dancers to the Ultimate Power Duo to yourself have stomped on that thing, and it's actually wiped as clean as we can possibly get it. So it's not that we're lazy here at Strip Down. We actually clean that thing before every episode. That's just this current state. So rest in peace. About 5 more episodes, we're good to go. Let's talk about, he's tuning, let's talk about you. Growing up, this was like in your blood, basically.
Absolutely, yeah. I have 2 older sisters, Kimberly and Candace,
Yep.
and I think you know both of them.
I do.
So they both play fiddle as well, so they started before I was even around. So I came to the world and pretty much had a fiddle in hand because they both played, and my dad plays accordion. So there's just music throughout my household when I was growing up, and we played together as a family basically my whole life. Like when all my buddies were playing ball and stuff in the summers, we'd be going to fiddle contests, playing at weddings, playing different shows and whatnot, and we traveled all across Canada and stuff. So just music, music, music.
So how much of your week was like dedicated to music, like the family getting together? Like instead of playing Monopoly or whatever, I'm guessing you guys jammed, which is really cool.
Honestly, like during the summertime, it was a lot. Like, you know, we'd be playing almost every night together. So.
Well, that's weird because I was looking at like your upcoming shows and it's all summer.
Yeah.
So is that kind of like a seasonal thing you do?
You know, I think it typically picks up, you know, with a lot of fiddle contests and festivals and fiddle camps that I teach at and whatnot. There's just more stuff going on. And again, as I start to play more and more, I think it'll just pick up, hopefully, year-round and stuff like that. So.
You have an awesome family, by the way. You'd mentioned your sister Kim. I was there for the wedding, and it's the kind of wedding and the kind of family that just sets the bar too high for other people's weddings. Like, how do you top that?
Yeah,
you got on stage, you started fiddling, then one by one, each family member joined, and 20 minutes later, there was like this rocking all-in family party. You can't top that.
Yeah,
I went to the next wedding, and I was like, show me something.
No, it was
Nothing.
good. It was good seeing my sister up there with the wedding dress on playing fiddle is something else. So.
Awesome. Let's get to know Ray Bell really quickly. What's your backstory? You obviously didn't grow up with the Sawitskys.
No, I did not grow up with this. I was playing Monopoly. No, I didn't grow up with the Sawitskys, but I wish I had. They sound like I think they're a real nice family, and I should have grown up with them. It would have done me good, I'm sure. No, I grew up playing Beatle music way back when and folk music, and graduated about 10 years ago. I started teaching at the Emily Lake Fiddle Camp, which Karrnnel and most fiddlers in Saskatchewan and maybe even in Canada know about. It was probably I think at one time it was the only fiddle camp. Now they're all over the place. But I started playing fiddle along with fiddle tunes and got into backing up fiddlers, and here I am today. It's all worked up to this.
Wow, that was a big jump to strip down. But we've gone too long without a song. The people are talking in my ear saying, get to more music. So let's keep this going. What's up next?
Well, we're going to let Ray play a tune here. He released a disc. Was it 2008, Ray?
Yeah.
See, Ray, these are the things you need to tell me before the show. We're sitting here talking about Karrnnel. You've got a disc too?
Yes, I do, yes.
Okay, we'll play the song. We'll talk about the disc coming out of it.
Sure. There's a tune called Cleveland Hills.
All right, take it away, Ray. Ray Bell holding out on us. Okay, so you're not here just backing up. No. You have your own stuff on the go.
I do, yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, my CD is a project I've been working on for a while. It's just a bunch of instrumentals that I've written. I guess it's similar to Karrnnel's, except it's just me. Just the solo guitar stuff, and well, there is a medley of flat picking tunes, but it's all instrumentals that I've written. So it's been a while in the making, but I'm glad I did it. So it's done.
Great disc. It's
Okay, and how can people get the disc?
Well, they could phone me, or they could go to a website, musicinthehouse.ca, and reach me there.
Again, we haven't done any prep for you, so we will get that website during the next commercial break and put it up as soon as we get back. And hey, that reminds me, we do need to take our second commercial break. So we're going to be back with Ray Bell's website. We're going to talk more to Karrnnel. We're going to talk about being a male model. We've got to talk about that. We got lots more music, lots more Karrnnel, lots more Ray coming up after this break. And we're going to play the 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer.
Don't go anywhere. More stripped down after this.
You've seen a Canadian $1 coin, so you're probably familiar with the common loon. It's no surprise that this water bird represents our country. Have you ever sat by a lake and listened to the loon's haunting calls? You probably wonder what all the noise is about. Its calls can mean anything from, "I'm over here," to "stay away." Humans enjoy Canadian lakes just as much as loons do. But if we're not careful, the wake from our boats can destroy their nests. And lead sinkers and jigs can poison and kill loons if they swallow them. So here's how you can help. Keep boats away from nesting areas and swimming birds, especially ones with chicks too young to dive or fly away. And if you're fishing, use non-lead sinkers and jigs so you won't harm the loons. And that's just a start. If you go to hww.ca, you can learn more about loons and find ideas on how to help protect Canada's wildlife. That's hww.ca.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Uramoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
Passing gas can be deadly.
Whoa. Oh, something's funky.
Passing gas releases a plume of toxic vapors.
Oh, honey, not in the car.
Like ammonia and hydrogen cyanide. And lethal poisons that can linger even when windows are open. Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas, take it outside.
Watching Stripped Down, Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell in the Shaw TV studios tonight. We're over halfway there. There's some more tuning, or are you scratching?
No, I'm doing it. Yeah.
Okay, keep doing what you're doing. We have a weekly segment here on Stripped Down called The 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer. Everyone in Saskatoon knows Josh Palmer, so we think. Here's how it works. Obviously, you know the 3 degrees game kind of thing. Have you worked with Josh Palmer?
I don't know Josh. No.
You don't know Josh Palmer?
I don't know Josh. I'm
Canadian Idol?
I'm not from here.
Where are you from, Ray?
Regina.
Did you come in tonight from Regina?
Yep. No, to this afternoon.
That very rarely happens. Karrnnel.
Anytime.
Josh Palmer. Any interaction there?
I don't know him. I've never met him, but I know who he is.
Awesome. That's fine. You guys should really get together and do a cover of The Devil Went Down to Georgia. That is a license to print money right there. Okay, let's talk about really quickly the fact you are a male model. You won Male Model of the Year once or twice, 3 times? How many?
No, I think just once.
Just once?
Just once, yeah.
What year was that?
I don't know. That was a while back.
Yeah? Okay. No. Are you going to do the humble
five
thing?
years or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's that going these days?
I'm really focused on the music, so I'm just kind of whatever comes out, I kind of do. I have kind of some regular things I do, but other than that, I'm really focused.
You're trying really hard to brick wall me and make me change the subject, but you weren't actually discovered on Santa's lap. We made that up during the break, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just one of those things where I have a good friend of mine from Toronto, and was just chatting with her one day, and she's big into the entertainment industry, and she was just kind of like, why don't you go check out a modeling agency? She's like, it'd be good for kind of if you ever want to get into full-time into music, for doing photo shoots and whatnot. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So then just along the way for something to do, you picked up Male Model of the Year. Whatever. Yeah. No big deal. Back to the music. Yeah. Awesome. Good for you. Next song.
I'm going to switch things up a little bit here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to play, it's a traditional Métis tune. It's called the Hangman's Reel. There's a little story behind it. I don't know if I have it exactly right, but...
Make up what you don't know.
Exactly. There's no Santa in this story, but...
There's a male model.
Yeah. It starts when I was Male Model of the Year.
Every story does, right?
Yeah.
No, the story is that there was this Métis gentleman way back in the day that he was scheduled to be hung for a crime that he said he didn't commit. And he basically said, is there anything I can do so that you guys won't hang me? And there's just this old fiddle laying there beside the stage where he was on, about to meet his doom. And they said, well, if you can pick up this fiddle and play a tune and get everyone dancing, without tuning it or nothing, just pick it up and play, we won't hang you. So the story goes that he picked up the fiddle, and this is kind of what came out.
Nice.
So.
All right.
This is the Hangman's Reel.
Take it away. All right.
Fun.
So I was reading here, you shared the stage with country artist Jason Blaine and rock musician Jordan Cook.
Yeah.
That segues. Well, first of all, how was that? That's got to be cool.
It was a blast. It was totally different experiences in each case, and playing completely different stuff. But it's fun to play different things and not be stuck playing the same thing all the time.
That segues into my original question. What kind of mainstream genre do you fall into? Because when I was looking at all your stuff, you were interviewed by everybody. There's a big article about you on the CMT website. And I was like, really, country? I guess.
Yeah,
where do you fall? Are you just the gray area?
I think I like being the gray area, I think, because it's really, there's no restrictions or bounds to where it can go. Okay. Especially that I just put out my first CD here. Just let it go wherever it goes and wherever people kind of want to classify it. That's what I kind of hope to happen. So.
plug the CD again really quick. It's available on iTunes.
On iTunes, yeah, off my website. You can order it as well. It's a big mix of stuff. Again, it's a wide variety of styles, all music that I've written. So it's a lot of, I think, about 8 or 9 full band numbers with drums, bass, guitar, piano, fiddle. So it's really good.
Why the decision to just bring Ray Bell tonight then?
Well, part of the thing is the guys off of my CD, I got guys from all across Canada.
Oh, I see.
So that's
They weren't as hardcore as Ray. They were driving a little further from Regina to be here tonight.
Ray's dedicated. But no, I had...
Ray understands the magnitude of stripped down.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly. So yeah, I had... I mean, there's lots of musicians that I play with from Saskatchewan as well. But again, my music's a little bit different, and there's, as Ray can attest to, there's a lot of weird chord changes and extra beats here in certain parts and stuff. So
true story.
And I promised before we went to the break, you were holding out on us. You also have a disc and a website, which?
Musicinthehouse.ca should be the website that people can contact me there.
And
Music in the House is a music school in Regina. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Tell me a little bit about the school.
Well, it started by, there was 3 of us that started it, and now there's 19 of us, so it's a bunch of guitar teachers, great teachers, and fiddle. We have fiddle there, and drums, and keyboards, and bass, and Cape Breton-style step dancing, and upright bass, and it's a great place. It's good fun.
I want to get to another song, but good job to the crack crew in the control room back there. I love just throwing stuff at them and, you know, come on, get that graphic up. Tessa, Jay, Jordan, Sal, you guys are rocking it tonight. The show's looking incredibly good. Let's get to another song. What's up?
Another one off of the disc.
Combined effort?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nice.
Absolutely. This one, there's 2 tunes in this medley. First one is Safe Driving in Song 23, and these are actually, the first one, Safe Driving, I have a day job as a structural engineer, and I was taking a safe driving course, and while I was sitting there, because it was just deathly boring, I was just sitting there and ended up writing a fiddle tune, just sitting there like humming it in my head, and this guy's just teaching. I was just like not paying attention at all.
Wow.
So left the room after the course. And
how many songs have you written tonight while I've been talking?
7.
Okay, fair enough. Take it away.
Thanks.
The whole thing twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell. Once again, you're watching Strip Down. A lot of fun tonight. Let's talk about the Crisis Nursery really quick. Again, February 7th, your new disc, your CD dropped at the Odie, and you packed the place, which is impressive because you were going head-to-head with something Carrie Catherine was putting on that night. I remember I was getting like pulled in both directions.
Yeah.
I was like, I love Carrie Catherine to death. She's been on the show twice. She rocked one of our Christmas specials, and I was like, love Carrie Catherine. Karrnnel CD drop, but Crisis Nursery was your charity.
Yeah.
And that was ultimately my decision because I was like, I'm going to go support Karrnnel and help out the Crisis Nursery. Why the Crisis Nursery?
Well, you know, actually, I went there with a bunch of friends, the group from the group Core, the group that I'm in, and just went and saw what they did, and you know, saw the kids that they helped. We saw just a couple kids that were there at the time. And it was just really kind of, I guess, touching to see these kids that, you know, maybe didn't have the best homes or their parents had passed away or something like that. And just knowing that, you know, they have somewhere with a good roof over their head, they have somewhere they can get clean clothes and they can, you know, get fed and stuff like that. And it's all volunteers that work there. So I just saw it was a really needy cause. And they're not really publicly funded or anything like that. So it's all donations and whatever. So
it was a good turnout. You guys made a difference, though. Did you guys get to, get positive feedback from that? I'm sure they were probably pretty grateful.
Yeah, absolutely. They were really happy, and it was just kind of actually was funny. I didn't really, you know, call them and you know talk to them too much before. I just kind of like said, I'm going to donate money to you guys, and they were just kind of blown away. Like a week before, they were just like, oh, I really didn't realize you were going to do that. So
nice. Congratulations, you guys. That's awesome. Nice. We have to take our last commercial break, but really quick, I kind of want to jump the gun here. I'm putting together some sort of segment for next season. I'm kind of thinking a pull down the covers kind of theme, because we're not legally allowed to do full cover songs without probably getting sued and taken off the air, which nobody wants. Nobody wants that. However, we can play like 20 seconds of covers. And you were rocking it that one night, your CD release party. Can you play me like the chorus of Sweet Child of Mine, the riff? Is it possible, or is it going to be completely out of tune?
No worries. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. 20 seconds. How about Smooth Criminal?
Oh, that's coming up after the break.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. But not enough to get us sued, right?
No.
Okay,
it's too different to get sued. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right, I guess that's it then. We'll go to our last commercial break. We wrap things up with Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell right after this. You guys are doing awesome. That was awesome.
Stick around, more Strip Down after the break.
Do you know how many people get their water from underground? Water can come from the surface or underground. Groundwater is found in the layers of soil and rock beneath our feet in saturated areas called aquifers. This water source is collected in wells and supplies about half of North America's drinking water. The problem is, the quality and safety of this underground water is directly affected by what we do on the land above it. What can you do to keep your drinking water safe? Groundwater starts on the surface, so whatever you put on your lawn that the plants don't use can seep into the groundwater. This includes excess chemicals and fertilizers, and even oil spills, so be sure to dispose of them properly. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Escape sports gear and equipment for longboarding, freeline skating, kiteboarding, unicycling, extra cycling, dirt surfing, and mountain boarding. For more information on sales and rentals, www.escapesports.ca.
The monarch's return after its long winter absence in Mexico and California is a sign that the Canadian summer has also returned. But because of environmental threats like pesticides and the loss of breeding habitat, the familiar orange, black, and white of Canada's best-known butterfly may become an uncommon sight. To learn more about the monarch and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell. Yeah! That's what we're talking about. That was awesome. I got to know, though, I was there the night the CD dropped on the 7th and you played that. The place came unglued. Is that kind of frustrating, though? You know, you're bringing to the table hundreds of years of traditional music and everyone's like, oh, that's really awesome. You play like 10 seconds of Michael Jackson cover and the place is like just shaking apart.
Well, you know, it is and it isn't, because that's kind of like, if I can bring out people and if they can be blown away by something like that, then hopefully they'll come back and they'll start to like the fiddle music more and more, and maybe the different styles will grow on them. So
fair enough.
In the respect that you said, yes, it is, but in the respect of hopefully they can come back because they liked even one tune. Because like I had a bartender after the show come up to me and she was just like, gotta say I'm really in love with like hardcore death metal. But that was pretty cool.
That's got to be rewarding.
Yeah, so I was just like, if I can make her happy for one song, that's.
Okay, well, I'm going to come to your next show, and when you're like, okay, this next song is about a Métis man who's about to get hung, and I'll be like, play Smooth Criminal! I'll be that guy for you.
That's all right.
Okay, we got to wrap things up. Ray Bell, what do you have on the go next? What's coming up? Are you pretty much just collaborating? Like, how serious is this relationship? Like, is this the new direction? Are you guys still doing solo stuff, or is it pushing the duo/full band? You've hit me with a lot of information tonight.
Yeah, kind of everything, really, on my standpoint at least. Like, I'm basically just trying to get out there, and depending on what kind of a gig it is, maybe it'll just be the two of us, or three or more, or maybe it's a full band type thing. And we've kind of got, I guess, with me, you've got some stuff, everything in between this summer.
Right, yeah, we'll be teaching together at some summer camps, so there's concerts there, so we'll be playing together there too, as well as shows. I think Karrnnel's come to Regina to do a show, so we'll be playing in the summer, sure. And he's working on new tunes. He's writing tunes all the time. He wrote 7 tonight, as you know.
There you go. I love people from Regina that come on the show, because that's the market we're trying to get, because Access Communications airs this show. They're gracious enough to air Strip Down each and every week, every Sunday night. And I expect this onslaught of Regina talent to want to be on the show. But it never happens. We get people from, PA, Swift Current, all the other small centers, but not a lot of interest from Regina. I don't know, is it the Wednesday night thing? I don't know.
I have no idea. They're just, they just think they would rather stay home and watch, Shaw TV.
For those of you watching, and it's not Wednesday night, we taped the show Wednesday night. Glad to clear that up. You mentioned summers were crazy busy for festivals. So what do you have on the go?
Playing at, I guess one gig that I'm really looking forward to is the Forget Summer Arts Festival.
Forget Summer Festival.
Yeah, in Forget, Saskatchewan. Playing there with the whole band. Got pretty much the same cast as my release party coming down for that. That's towards the end of July, and then we've got some camps in BC and Saskatchewan, some other gigs around Saskatchewan, and probably towards the end of August, be in Ottawa for the Fiddle Nationals again, I think.
I think I asked you this when I did the original 5-minute interview with you promoting your CD launch, but how big is the scene in Saskatchewan, Canada?
In Saskatchewan, it's bigger than you would think, for sure.
Because I'm quite uneducated. So.
Yeah, so there is actually a fiddle community. And then across Canada, there's fiddle players everywhere, and it's remarkable actually. I'll walk up to a person who you wouldn't expect, but they'll actually want to learn the fiddle. It's just something they wanted to do for a long time. So, I think it's one of those things that a lot of people have done or want to do. So.
All right, Ray, I was Googling your name on the internet, as it were. I Googled you, and I Googled Karrnnel, thinking all these awesome Karrnnels throughout time would pop up, but you're pretty much the only one. However, you're not the guy who
no, I'm not.
Made your own electricity distribution system that's about to age the. Do you know about that guy though?
No, I'm sure that but there's lots of guys like that around. There's another Ray Bell guitar player out there, a mandolin player somewhere out there.
Well, he didn't come up. This guy that made some new electricity distribution system popped up, and I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Not you though.
You did that too, didn't you do that?
No, I didn't do that. Right. Oh, that. The electricity distribution.
That was during the last commercial break. You guys, it has been so much fun. We need to hammer out one more song and get out of here. Did you guys have a good time?
I had a blast.
Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah.
Really good.
You mean it's over? Come on.
I'm sorry, we need one more song. Yeah. That was it, the first episode with no lyrics. Here we go. I'm going to do my extra now, okay? Then get ready to play. Thanks for watching. Thanks to tonight's crew and, of course, our sponsors, Mother's Music, Escape Sports, and Ultimo Euromoda for all things stripped down. Hit shawtv.com or go to myspace.com/stripdownsask for details on next week's episode, as well as pictures from every single episode past. For the last time tonight, Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell. Thank you so much, you guys. Brand new strip down this week, and we're giving you something a little bit different. You're gonna get off the couch, you're gonna get dancing, because this week on Strip Down, it's Karrnnel Sawitsky and Ray Bell.